Welcome into PFF HQ. Austin Gayle here with Steve Palazzolo. We're ready to talk Darius Slay. Right now, staying away from the Lions OTAs in hopes of landing a new contract according to the Detroit Free Press. But if you look at his contract details, the current structure has him as the highest paid cornerback in 2019. He'll bring in more money than Xavier Howard, other guys that have gotten contract deals in the recent years. And in 2020, he'll still be making top 10 money. This is a guy that needs more money now, probably looking for a future there in Lions after 2020. But right now, he's playing very well, but maybe doesn't deserve more money right now.
Yeah, it's just a little battle between a player looking for more security and a team saying, let's slow your roll a little bit because we're already paying you. Let's see what you're looking like a couple years from now. Because he's already played 6 years in the NFL, so we're talking about years 7 and 8 being locked up. You get into year 9 and 10. That's a little bit riskier. But we're at an odd time, I think, in the NFL when it comes to cornerbacks because there's no clear Darrelle Revis. There's no clear prime Richard Sherman top cornerback type of guy. But Slay is pretty much a top 5 corner the way no matter how you slice it over the last couple of years, especially when playing on the outside, playing in multiple schemes. So he is one of the best corners in the NFL. We've seen that through the years in all the PFF data and the grades.
I'm glad you spoke to the wear and tear. He's played over 500 cover snaps in each of the past 5 years. He's a guy that's entering his 28 years old this year, and I think it's rare for Lions and other GMs to extend guys 2 years left on their contract, especially when he's making as much as he is. However, when you look at what he's done at outside cornerback, I want to speak to that more. I think moving him to slot, strong safety, other positions he's played, that's where his coverage grade starts to drop. But at outside cornerback, he's one of the best in the NFL.
He absolutely has been the number 5 grade if you just stack up the last 3 years, right alongside guys like Aqib Talib, Jalen Ramsey, AJ Boye, guys that have played extremely well out there. So again, Slay is up there. He makes a ton of plays on the ball. The thing I like is that he's played in multiple schemes. We've seen him play in zone-heavy schemes. We've seen him play off coverage. And then last year, Matt Patricia comes in. His scheme, it's all about playing man coverage. You have the Lions, the Patriots, a couple other teams just sitting there atop the man coverage rankings. So in that scheme, he still performed well, 78 coverage grade. So he has been extremely consistent. And I think when you look at cornerbacks, it is difficult to do that when you're asked to do different things. So Slay is one of those few guys that is scheme diverse. He's broken up over 10 passes each of the last 4 years. So he has shown that he is the top player on that Lions defense.
Consistency is key with Slay. I mean, only 3 cornerbacks in the NFL over the past 3 years have earned 70.0 or higher coverage grades. It's Darius Slay, Casey Hayward Jr., and Chris Harris Jr. He has a very high floor, and speaking of that scheme versatility as well, it's athleticism that translates. He's a very fluid mover, ran a 4.36 at the Combine, and maybe he's lost a step since 2013, but he's still a very good athlete, and you see that in the multiple coverages he's played. And I think moving forward, what is your take on the contract situation? Is it, you want him to play this year, see where it plays out, and then maybe extend him a year before it ends? Or do you want him to play the length of this contract out, wait till he's 30 plus years old, and then make a decision on Slay?
Yeah, so I think you have to go from the Lions' point of view. You kind of let it play out. It is a little bit risky once you get into that 30-year-old range for corners. As far as re-upping them. We haven't seen a whole lot of corners at 31, 32, 33 years old. So if you're talking about that really long-term deal, there is some risk associated with that. Of course, I understand where Slay's coming from. We've stated a pretty good case for him. I assume his agent's using all of our data as well to state the case for him that he is one of the best corners. But if I'm the Lions, I don't mind slow playing it. Let him continue to prove that he's one of the top corners, especially those man coverage schemes. You can have some off years every now and again. So having that, maintaining that consistency over the next couple of years will be extremely important.
If he has a game-changing 2019 season, maybe you think about getting ahead of the market and extending him before that 2020 season. However, if he's still playing 80 coverage grades, 81 coverage grades, you let this guy play out till 30 and then make a decision on whether or not you want to extend him. I think that makes the most sense, regardless of how well he's played in the past. You got to look at it from the Lions' point of view. Well, that's been the Darius Slay contract situation with Steve Palazzolo and Austin Gayle. Check out the article on ProFootballFocus.com, and while you're there, go ahead and subscribe to our Edge or Elite subscription to get access to all the advanced stats and grades we speak to.